So I had to do a little research coming into this interview with you. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the paper, and I'm like, Mark Ingram, AFC, 8th in rushing. Lamar Jackson, I mean, it's like, wait a minute, this don't sound right. 7th. When you signed here in the offseason, did you think, man, I'm going to be behind the running back in rushing?
Yeah, no.
Or I'm going to be behind the quarterback in rushing?
Man, you knew signing here that we was trying to make an offense that really, some people have tried, but we was just trying to, cater to his skill set and cater to the identity that we're building as a team. And, man, he's just a special player, man. He the QB-driven runs, he makes crazy runs. And when he's scrambling, from broken down plays, he's able to rack up them rush yards quick, man.
So when you look at it, and you're here with the Ravens now, what's the transition been like from New Orleans to Baltimore?
Man, it's been smooth. It's been seamless. I think it's just first-class organization in the Ravens, the locker room, the guys just welcoming me in, accepting me, letting me be myself, man. And they've been taking care of me, been showing me love, and, we're playing hard and we're winning games, so it's been a perfect transition.
How different is it coming from Drew Brees to Lamar Jackson? Different styles, obviously, different voice in the huddle, just all that. How different is it for you?
Man, it was a little different, man. Drew, his resume, nothing needs to be said. He's gonna be first ballot, and I feel like LJ could be best QBs in the league for a long time, man. He, they're different. How they get their job done, how they approach the game, how their demeanors. It's A and Z, but they're both great, extreme competitors. Love to improve, love to get better, and they both do whatever it takes to get a win, man, for their team.
How difficult is it for you, though, as a running back, with Lamar at quarterback, no telling what he might do, and you pass proing, and then all of a sudden something breaks down, and that's not the case with Drew?
Yeah, man, you knew Drew was timing, rhythm, if it was 5-step, he was 5, and he was hitching, he was getting out. It was 7, he was hitching, he was getting out. LJ, man, he stands back there, and he's going to stand in the pocket strong and tall and try to deliver the ball downfield. But if it breaks down, you got to finish the play. Because you don't know if he's going to scramble. He's scrambling to throw, so you think he's going to run. You think he's going to run, but he's really hoping you going to improvise and, do scramble drill with him. And then he takes off running, and you trying to get open. So you just got to play the play to the end, man, because the play's never dead until he's on the ground.
Have you ever said to him, though, like, man, what the hell are you doing?
I'll be like, man, I need to know what you're thinking in these situations so I could be there for you. I'm like, if you want to run, I want to block. And if you want me to, be a receiver, I want to be able to, improvise and, get to the sideline, push him up, come back, whatever. You know what I mean? But he's a legendary street baller, backyard street baller, man. And so you got to be able just to improvise. You got to be on the same page, and I think we've been doing a good job of that.
How is the brotherhood, I would say, with this team versus when you was in New Orleans? What's the difference?
Yeah, I would say, man, they both have great locker room, great guys that understand the value of hard work, understand the value of one day at a time, the importance of one day at a time, not looking ahead. We have ultimate goal of being champions, and it takes a process to get there. You got to enjoy the grind. You got to enjoy the process. You got to fight for one another, believe in one another. And I just think both teams have great locker rooms. Obviously, New Orleans, being in the playoffs, being right there, they have the pedigree. They have what it takes to get there. And we were in the playoffs last year here in Baltimore with LJ, and so we have a taste of that, and we have the ultimate goal of being champions. So we're working at that, and we're grinding at that, man. So it's similar.
Mark, so when you signed here in the offseason, and Coach Harbaugh and the staff assembled a bunch of players that people would consider underdogs or castaways by other teams, did you envision that y'all would be sitting in this position y'all in today?
Man, I knew we had the opportunity to have a great team, man. Coach Harbs, he's won a Super Bowl, Super Bowl winning head coach. We have a lot of guys who were on that Super Bowl winning team back in 2012 when they won it. So I knew we had the guys and the ability to do it. It's just being able to get a group of guys in sync, a group of guys on one accord, believing in each other, instilling the right things in them so we can go accomplish it. And I think that we've just been doing it one day at a time, one step at a time, and that's how we're going to continue to do it.
What the hell is big truth?
Big trust.
Trust?
Big trust. Man, it's just, it's LJ's thing, man.
What is it, though? Let me know.
Trust. He always say that. He always be like, trust. Trust. It's like.
Like facts?
Yeah, or
100?
Yeah, like validity of, say you say something to me, I'm like, trust.
Trust.
It's like 100. It's like,
no,
trust.
I get it, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know
but
exactly
that's LJ's
what it was.
thing, man. So, Yeah, I just always be saying to him, like, big trust, like, big, you know what I mean? Everything, like we say, everything big. So, yeah, big trust. And it's his thing, man. And I've just been saying it to him, and the world got to hear it last week.
No, I see that. I take it that you like rap music, right?
Of course.
100%. So you seem to be the hype man. No, I get it. You seem to be the hype man for Lamar, though. Like, you bring him out to the press conferences, and you introduce him. Yeah. You do those things. Where did that come from?
I think it's just genuine. I can't do that if I don't really fool with you. I can't do that if I don't really love you and really believe in you. Like, it has to be genuine. And when I'm around people who are genuine, people I believe in, people who I grind with, people that I trust and love, like that could come out genuinely. You know what I mean? I can't do that if I don't really, rock with you. You know what I mean? So just over time, man, it's not fake. It's just genuine. It just comes from my heart. I love him, man. I want to see him do great things. I believe in him. I believe he can be the best in this league, man. He has everything it takes, and so that's just genuine, man. And he was next up, and that's how I was feeling, man. I still feel that way. You know what I mean? You can still come see me now. I'm just saying. But.
So now we get to this. You say you trust him, you love him, all of those sort of things. It's the first time that I've seen in my NFL history a quarterback that's like protected to the max by his teammates and by other people. Now, you and I both know about the haters that's in the world and the things that they got to say from a negative standpoint. What made you guys kind of like, I don't know, put your arms around him as far as that go?
Man, I think it begins last year with those guys. I was in New Orleans, and I, just being an outsider, seeing, they made the transition to him, kind of threw him in the fire, and he was able to go 7-2 in his game starting. You know what I mean? No matter how he did it, he was able to be a winner and win games, and I think that made an organization, a team rally behind him. And for me, as a free agent coming in, seeing how they respected him, how they loved him, and how they wanted to cater this team around him, I was all in for it. And just seeing his work ethic, seeing his demeanor, learning about him, getting to know him. Now he's my he's my homie for life now. I've always been a fan. He won Heisman brothers, all that. So, man, I just think his genuineness, his realness, he's able to relate to everybody. He doesn't think he's better than anybody. He's humble, he's down to earth. He works his butt off. He's talented. All those things, I think, help guys just rally around him, believe in him, and want to do the best to make him the best.
No, I feel you. So your mindset going into the Monday night game against the Rams, but then you got the 49ers coming up after that. And I know we don't look ahead as athletes. We're going to use that party line, but you can't help but look forward to what might be. Mm-hmm. How do you handle that?
Man, this league is tough. This league is difficult, and we can't be looking towards the 49ers right now when we got these monsters in our face right now on Monday night. Aaron Donald, this team was in the Super Bowl last year, so we have to focus on the task at hand. We have to focus on locking in our meetings tonight and preparing ourselves to go out there and have our best game to date on Monday night. And that's what it's going to take to have a win on the road against a championship caliber team. So you can't look ahead. We know we got the 49ers. We know we got the Bills. We know we got the Jets. We know we got the division, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, all that. It's all coming up, but we got to handle the Rams right now or all that stuff's irrelevant.
I know you wasn't here last year, Mark. You was in New Orleans, and when you just mentioned the Rams, and it made me think that they was in the Super Bowl last year. For you personally, though, just you, is this personal? Keep it 100 with me.
Yeah,
Is it personal based on what happened last year and them going to the Super Bowl and y'all not to the house?
Yeah, that was whack. You know what I mean? That was trash. The whole thing. That's something that you always have a bad taste in your mouth. You always, remember that, and it'll always sting a little bit. But just being in a new team, new place, that's really irrelevant. I personally know, that pain from that particular loss, but none does that motivate me to want to, have to make them feel it more. They're gonna have to feel it regardless. But with my new team, my new teammates, man, that really doesn't have much to do with it. What I mean?
So when was the first time that you realized that there might be something special with Lamar?
Yeah, obviously his history, just from afar, he's special, he's talented, but I think when I got to know that Lamar was special was just when I got here, and just how dialed he was. Like when he makes mistakes, like he throws an interception or he fumbles or he misses a pass, he gets frustrated with himself. He's tough on himself. And for you to be tough on yourself and not just be lackadaisical as a young quarterback, I knew that he had something special in him. The competitive nature, the drive to want to be the best. And just seeing him at practice, seeing him work, seeing him just grow in his mind, I just knew right away that, we had a special guy on our hands.
How much better has he become as a passer from like the OTAs, mini camps through training camp to where he is today?
He's it's 1,000% increase, in his confidence, in his ability to diagnose coverages, his ability to diagnose pressures, know if the pressure's coming here, I slide this way, improvise, buy a little bit more time to be able to get the pass completed down the field. He's just been tenfold his improvements since OTAs, and he's going to continue those same improvements, those same strides. It's coming with successes, it's coming with failures. You know what I mean? He's going to continue to grow, he's going to continue to improve, and I feel like he's going to be a great quarterback in this league, one of the best for a long time.
Do you think the MVP pressure, do you think that's pressure on him at all, that MVP talk?
I don't think the MVP talk or anything outside what people say bothers him. The only thing on his mind is making a play to help us win, is doing whatever it takes possible to help us win games. He doesn't care about outsiders. He doesn't care about MVP race. He don't care about nothing. He wants to win the game because we have goals of being Super Bowl champions, and he loves his teammates, and he don't want to let his teammates down. That's why we fight hard for him. That's why we do what we do for him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.